Well, here it is, the last Teen Titans issue written by Scott Liddell before the relaunch. My name is Bizkit Rebellion, and I'm here to do a review of Teen Titans Annual 3. Let's get started. The comic opens with 8 hours from now, Red Robin, who is in a pit of defeat, recording a message to anyone in the future warning them about the incoming threat that has defeated the Teen Titans. When finished, a mysterious figure appears and tells him that the Teen Titans' defeat was inevitable. Now back in the present, Red Robin is on a pier looking depressed at an already blown up yacht. Suddenly, Wonder Girl shows up to talk to Red Robin about his choice to disband the team. Wonder Girl tries to lift his spirits by reminding him of all the accomplishments the Titans have done over the course of, this comic series. Red Robin acknowledges it, but also points out the cost that those accomplishments have made, like the people who've died. Suddenly, Skitzer appears with a broken tablet she's found in the wreckage of the yacht and gives it to Red Robin, who is scared on what's shown on the tablet. 1 hour later, we see Raven walking around in Chinatown wondering why she's still on the team. She then bumps into Bunker. She tells him that she doesn't feel like she belongs here for who she is and what she could do, but Bunker assures her that it does not matter because there is always good in everyone, and God, including the team, forgives her for what she has done. Raven is grateful to hear that and decides to stay. Moments later, the group meets up in a Chinese restaurant, and Red Robin explains to them that the tablet Skitter has found has information on the location of Harvest. It shows that he is in Africa and he's making another colony. He asks the team if they want to do one last mission before he disbands the team, and they all say yes. They all suit up and meet in an alleyway next to the Chinese restaurant. Upon there, they are greeted by Danny the Alley, who we haven't seen since the end of the culling event. Red Robin asks Danny if he could teleport them to Africa, and Danny responds by basically teleporting them to Africa. Wait a minute, didn't Danny the Alley die? Back in issue 10, if I remember correctly? Yeah, even Robin said it himself. If you teleport us, by the way, this is issue 10, just for you guys to refresh your memories. Back in issue 10, Red Robin mentioned to Danny the Street that if you teleport us, you might end up killing yourself. And he still did it anyway. And by teleporting, he transformed from Danny the Street to Danny the Alley. Now you can say by that happening, he didn't technically die, he just reverted back to an alleyway instead of a street. I'm willing to bite that, but the problem here that I have is nobody even asked Robin how did he know that Danny was alive. Nor did they even bother asking Danny how did he survive. No, they just take it like it was nothing. Not to mention, they just came back from the future, so how did Red Robin even have time to find Danny and figure out that he was still alive? I don't know. I really don't know. I find this as a Deus Ex Machina close to being a plot hole, but that's for a different time. Anyway, upon arriving in Africa, they approach Harvest's colony and discover that not everything is as it seems. For example, everyone there is actually happy, nobody in the colony has powers, and people who were shown dead in the past are actually brought back to life. For example, Artemis. Red Robin's suspicions grow more when a familiar enemy appears and tells him that the Colonel wants to see him alone. Entering Colonel's room, Red Robin is greeted by a very sick old man who turns out to be Harvest. Harvest tells him that his desire on winning has driven him to lose his humanity and become the monster he is today. He also reveals that ever since he met the Teen Titans, he has changed his ways and uses technology to make things right. Red Robin then goes on a monologue about the same things he has been saying for the past 3 or 4 issues. Really, it's getting annoying. It really is. But hey, Scott Liddell, right? But anyway, Harvest then makes an offer for his team that he is willing to revert his team back to normal teenagers, basically take their powers away from them and become normal again. Later, the Titans meet up at a random building discussing what Harvest told Red Robin. The result is nobody believes Harvest. While Beast Boy goes on a monologue, goddamn, everybody's going on a monologue in this issue. But anyway, while he goes on a monologue on why he doesn't believe Harvest and why they should fight him, Raven is scanning the colony to check if there's anything wrong or if there's anything interesting to look at. She found a lab within the colony and teleports the Teen Titans there. Upon arriving, they come across a giant surge of meta-DNA and start to attack the Teen Titans. So basically, the Teen Titans are being attacked by DNA. DNA. Wow. Instead of the manifestation of superpowers, no, DNA. Wow. Just wow. After the attack, Red Robin, Wonder Girl, and Beast Boy are wounded while the others are nowhere to be found. Red Robin decides to create a warning message for anyone in the future. Just think of the message we saw back in Annual 2 and you know what I'm talking about. The comic then takes us back to the beginning of the issue. The mysterious figure turns out to be Harvest, who tells Robin that his plan was to keep the metas under control and not let them abuse their powers, which he thinks is the same reason Robin created the Teen Titans. Funny, you plan on keeping metas under control by giving teenagers powers. You might as well give a baby cosmic powers, and then we'll see how your plan goes after that, right? Harvest then gives Robin the whole "we should join for the same cause instead of fighting each other" cliche, but Robin refused by saying that he is the very thing that he fought against. Harvest then gets angry, which I don't know why, because for a person who thinks that he knows everything and can predict everybody's single move, why would you get angry for this? You should expect a response like this. But anyway, he gets angry and was about to kill Robin until Bunker saves him by inserting his psychic blocks into Harvest's armor and use it to rip the armor apart. Next, we see Raven battling the DNA meta monster and reveals that the meta DNA cannot live with Raven's soul self, and as a result, it will explode because of it. The Titans quickly ran out of the lab, while Harvest chose to stay back for some oddball reason. The lab explodes while the Teen Titans are watching from afar, and believe it or not, they are actually glad that Harvest died. Beast Boy then asks what will become of the Teen Titans. Basically, he doesn't want the Teen Titans being disbanded, but he wants to know what happens after this mission, since Red Robin said that this will be the last mission. Red Robin then sticks to his gut and basically disbands the Teen Titans. The comic ends with a surprise appearance of Superboy. No, not Jor-El, but Kon-El, the first Superboy who died and got replaced by Jor-El during Annual 2, and I believe an event that involved Superboy, Supergirl, and Superman, and it was something to do with Krypton. But anyway, he explains that he did die, but he was reborn as the Herald of the Oracle and travels with him to the past, present, and the future, and that he is glad that he's no longer used as a weapon. We are then shown panels of the members of the Teen Titans and what they are doing after they have been disbanded, which to me, it doesn't really make sense except for Red Robin, but that's just me. Teen Titans Annual 3 is such a disappointment. But I mean, such a disappointment that it made the previous 30 issues and the 2 annuals stupid. It did. I don't know how, but it did. Or at least, I do know how, but I never thought that it would actually make all the previous issues, including the annuals, stupid. Harvest's reason for why he's doing all of this is a huge contradiction to everything he has done in the past and everything he has said in the past. The whole, I'm doing this to prevent people from abusing their powers thing, while I understand, does not make sense because of the actions that he's done in the past. How is pinning teenagers into an arena, giving them powers, killing each other until the best one survives, a way of preventing people from abusing their powers? How, I ask you? Just how? There's a lot of things that are wrong in this issue. Danny the Alley, how the hell did he survive? How did every single colony kid, or at least why is every single colony kid still with Harvest when he's the one that fucked up their lives? How is Superboy alive? Well, not how, more why didn't he warn his friends about the new Superboy? If he's been alive throughout this whole time, not to mention he travels in the past, present, and future, why doesn't he warn them? Or maybe he saw something in the future and decided, well, I might as well not tell them, right? I don't know. They never really give us a clear explanation. Not to mention, everybody except for Red Robin doesn't want to leave the team. Yet, just because Red Robin said, we're leaving the team or we're breaking up the team, everybody goes along with it. I don't know. This issue is so disappointing. I highly recommend you guys do not read this issue. But I mean, I highly recommend. The only saving factor about this issue is the fact that Connor is alive. That's it. That's it. And he only shows up at the very end of the issue. Who cares about Harvest? Who cares about the Teen Titans? Connor is the only good thing that happened in this issue. And even then, I still have something to complain about him. But anyway, if I have to give this issue a rating, it has to be a 3 out of 10.